My real victory is not that I'm alive. Even if I had died, I still would have won because I lived every day with humor, and that's the most important thing. It's okay to be afraid of it, but don't let it paralyze you.
Okay.
You can take the energy of death and create from it.
Welcome to YanaTV. Today we have an incredible guest.
Thank you.
Eyal Eltawil.
Eltawil, right?
Eltawil is an Israeli-born actor and stand-up comedian.
Yes.
And Eyal actually has a, you could say, a tragically happy story because he is a cancer survivor. And I think about 5 years ago, right, Eyal was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
7 years ago and 5 years ago, I won't do a spoiler, but I recovered.
He recovered.
Yeah.
So 7 years ago, he was diagnosed, and the doctor said that he had like 5% chance to survive.
Chance.
So basically, everyone gave up on him. And he said, I'm not giving up on myself, and I'm going to make it. And being probably an actor, he said, what is the best way to go through the whole journey then with the camera? So Eyal got a camera and recorded his entire journey of going through chemotherapies and operations and recovery, which is the most important. And we have him here today, and he is an amazing example how just laughter can basically turn around any crisis in your life. Right.
Thank you.
Eyal!
Hi to everybody.
Yes. I'm super thrilled to have you here. So first of all, how is Singapore?
Wow, amazing.
Your first time here, right?
First time. Singapore is amazing, and the people in Singapore, wow, what an energy. What an energy. So,
And you just coming now after the speech you delivered, right?
yes, for the hospital for nurses and doctors and people who are hospitalized.
Yes.
It was amazing. It was thrilled. It was so moving. The reaction afterwards, the reaction through the amazing. It was.
What moved you the most?
A woman came to me at the end of the show and told me that the lecture changed her life and that her husband is sick. And I immediately started to cry. I almost cried now. I can't read the makeup.
Yes, I can
and it
see
was
that.
so thrilled. It was. It's worth everything. It's worth everything. It's worth all the way coming all the way here. It's the power that people, the strength that people got from that. It's worth everything. Seriously.
Tell me about your journey.
Wow.
How is that? Yes, I mean, because it's maybe before you start, I just also want to say that I have a personal connection with your story because I got married very young myself, and my first husband passed away because of cancer. So I know the process of it. It has been 7 years, was very long, and I can tell you everything I am today is actually because of that experience. So I'm thrilled to have you here. It's an example of person who can inspire probably millions now around because it's just disease that takes away many people, and give them that maybe if you just change a little bit your attitude, then bring laughter and humor and faith that you had, and maybe then you just have this chance to pull through.
Yeah, that's my main belief. By the way, you are a great example too. 7 years to be with a person and be with him and experience support him. It's amazing. It's not an obvious matter at all. When I was hospitalized, I see a lot of people that people didn't weren't there for them, and it was sad to see it from the side. And so it's amazing. It's also inspiring. It's not an obvious matter.
Yes, it's not at all. Not at all. So your journey. What was the first thought, I guess, you had when you got the diagnosis?
First of all, it's a shock. First of all, it's a shock. Like it's everybody, it's a shock. You don't know what to do. You're confused. You don't know if to tell to people, not to tell. How do I tell my parents? How do I tell my mother? It was very hard for me, like to tell my mother about it. Like I didn't want to. Disappoint her, to hurt her, and it's all mixed together. I just finally went and said, "Listen, Mom, I had cancer. I had no idea. I just went through it. I had cancer." She's like, Okay, this is not the way to say it, but I really didn't.
There is no easy way to say it,
no
you know.
easy way to
but
say
what I like what you do actually in your performances, you use a different word for cancer, right?
Yeah.
How did you come up with that one? Which word is this?
It's called Simon.
Yeah, so you call cancer Simon.
Cancer is Simon.
It makes it easier to talk about.
Yeah, it's makes it easier to talk and easier to deal through the illness. Because when you give it another name, it's not a cancer, it's your friend, it's Simon. Hey Simon, let's go to the beach. Simon, let's go eat ice cream. When you say cancer, it's like
Yes.
Even for people, when you say Simon, they laugh. They say Simon. And they don't think about the cancer, it's not become the issue right now. So I called it Simon, and that's his name. And from now on, we call it Simon.
Yes, let's do that. Okay? Yes.
Eyal, Yana, and Simon.
That's the story.
Yes. A legend about that. So the first thing was shock, as I said, and after that, trying to look for ways. What am I doing? I try to read about it in the internet. It's the worst thing to do because there are
never read internet about anything I guess related to illnesses.
Internet. Never read it, and everybody have a different point of view and perspective. And I will tell you, just give you an example of what not to consult with people when you're not sure and might not read the internet. Can I give an example?
Yes.
When I just got sick, I was confused. I didn't know what to do. And a healthy woman came to me and said, listen, put turmeric into everything you eat. Turmeric! I asked her, what, turmeric? She said, yes, it's a spice. It's a remedy against Simon. From the moment she said it, I put turmeric into everything that entered my mouth.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Everything. I would drink coffee with turmeric. But then, a month later, I was more relaxed. So I went to see a naturopathic doctor who specialized in this thing. And she told me, you can eat whatever you want, just not turmeric. It activates the sort of Simon you have. I was like, now you're telling me I have a factory of turmeric in my belly. So watch out about reading other things. Too many voices in the internet and too many people who recommend them. It can be a problem. That's the first thing that I try to understand. What am I doing? I told my family. It wasn't easy at all. I will tell you after you tell people. Something's very funny happened. Remind me.
Just do it now. Do it now because you thought about it.
For people heard Simon for the first time, and even after that, the thing you want to live.
Yes.
You want to believe that everything will be okay.
Of course. That's a human nature.
Yes, but all the environment, when they hear Simon, there's only one option. You know what it is?
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Yeah, that's it. You're gonna die. And I will tell you something funny that happened. For example, my friend heard that I was sick 2 months after I got sick, and he sat in front of me and he told me, "Listen, when I heard that I was sick, you were sick, I immediately took out our photos together, and I remembered how you used to be a funny guy, how you used to be full of energy, almost crying, how you used to be with passion for life." I was like, man, I'm still here, okay? I'm alive. Let's focus in now. I'm going to heal. I'm not dead yet. But that's the reaction of everyone. So it's even made it harder to deal with the situation because no one's give you just the belief that you're going to survive. It was very hard for me that, first of all, the news that you have 20 centimeters.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's something.
How did they miss it? And I know also, you told the story before, that I know they missed it at the beginning. How can you miss 20 centimeters?
I don't know how you miss 20 centimeters. The next thing you need to do is come hand to hand with it. So I don't know. So that's why when they diagnosed it was a very late stage. It was very late stage. Actually, I had metastasis, but I found that later on. At that moment, I didn't know that there were metastases. But basically, my sickness was with 20 centimeter tumor in my belly. with metastases all over my body that I find out later. I had children's Simon. It's a rare Simon, which statistically takes kids up to 18 years of age. And I got it in 31 somehow.
Maybe you never grew up.
I never got what?
Maybe that's the reason.
That's the main reason, by the way. Do you want to hear what I believe?
Yes, please.
I had a very problematic childhood. Up to that moment, I cried only twice in my life.
Up until you were diagnosed with Simon.
Yeah, I was 31.
Okay.
I cried twice, had only 4 memories from my childhood. And I really believe that I got a children's Simon because of that. As a child, I was repressed and I was very disorganized and always the rebel. I felt misunderstood.
You had
Misunderstood.
That's right. So you had a lot of unprocessed emotions and just all the feelings that.
Exactly. I kept everything inside my stomach, and I believe that eventually everything was there in the stomach and just become Simon.
Oh my God, I'm having now goosebumps. You know, there is also, I mean, there's now so many theories also around the world in general why people even get Simon. So, and one of the biggest beliefs is it is due to suppressed emotions. There are particular emotions that are suppressed, and if you don't process it on time, you know, then eventually it builds up. It could lead to Simon coming into life.
100%, I believe in it. 100%, and actually, there's someone amazing who's saying something very amazing. She said, every 7 years, all your cells changes completely.
Yeah.
And so she said, if yesterday you had cancer, and tomorrow all the cells changes, how come the cancer is still there? And what she said, she's saying, it's something amazing. That's I really believe in it, and it's how I see life. There's something like it called sales memory, which if you had unsolved problems in your life or situations or memories that you did not deal with them and you are kept inside, the cells collecting them, and they remember that, and eventually that's what helps the Simon cells to comes out and go into your body. It's very amazing. I believe in it 100%. It's for me, since I had Simon and I really decided to look at this child in me, I cried a lot. A lot of memory came back. I really went to the places that the most scariest place in my childhood, and I didn't fight, cope with them. Like, decided to do that, and I feel much better. I changed my life.
Wow. So could you also say that you were going through the journey with Simon? You also had to process all of that.
Yes, I think that Simon makes you
to do this.
Simon
makes you
because it's not a regular. First of all, I think that Simon. I was saying that, jumping for another subject.
Go. No, just we are in the flow here. It's always in life. So just go for it.
Whoever come right now, just now, Simon is Cancer. I want you to know. So you don't think that Simon is that. I think that Simon is just a metaphor, just an example. Even in my lecture, is metaphor, just a sign for all the others difficulties in life. It sounds like it's same like a problem at work or with your spouse, or a problem with your spouse, or I don't know, whatever. They are all sorts of just small Simons, and it's just a matter of choice how we decide to deal with them. And I decided to deal with humor.
From the day one, from what I know.
From the day one. Again, at the beginning it was hard,
yes.
And even when I decided to deal with from day one, it wasn't just that easy. Hey, I have cancer, I just laugh about it. No, it's not. It's hard. There's a lot of crises, there's a lot of challenges on the way, a lot of times that you just break down, you're crying, but it's a journey. And whenever I felt bad, I said to myself, okay, try to laugh a little bit. Try to look at the thing that humor a little bit. And I just acted like that, and eventually if you pick this way, I think it's much better, because what's the alternative?
Yes.
To be depressed? People ask me all the time, after all you've been through, how can you laugh about it? How can you laugh about it when you were ill? And that's my answer. What's the alternative? It's better to be depressed, anxious. I think it's the best.
Yeah, you have to go through this anyway. So you're then, you can choose to go. Basically, there are all kind of crises in our life, and you can choose to go through crisis depressed, or you can go with the smile. You still have to go through crisis, right? So
and again, it's okay to cry.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have crises all the time, but every person should find what's his Simon and what's make him feel better and laugh, or whatever makes him feel better to go down this path of his Simon. It don't have to be cancer. And life is much better. You grow like this. You feel much better with yourself. Just before my Simon, I was not connected to my emotions. Seriously, I was always energetic. People looked at me like, man, just let us talk 1 minute and with seriousness. Try to be in the moment. I couldn't do it. I couldn't feel pain. I couldn't feel sad. I just tried to run from it as far as I could. And Simon made me look. I didn't have any choice. I couldn't continue to evade my emotions. They were there every moment. Death were there. I couldn't run anymore, so he had to be my best friend.
Tell me about death. What did you learn about death?
I learned something very nice. That first of all, we are all going to die.
That's very liberating to know.
I don't know if you know. According to statistics, 100% of the people who were ever born died. So what are our chances?
Right. So we can just laugh. But Simon could also be life, right? You could go through life with the same. You're gonna die anyway, so you can also go with the smile.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I wanted to say. That my real victory is not that I'm alive. Whatever is what you said now, it's amazing. It's die with the laugh, because even if I had died, I still would have won, because I lived every day with humor, and that's the most important thing. And that's it. As I said, we are all going to die. It's how you live. It's what's really matter. And about your question about death. As I said, we're all going to die, and you have an option. And if before my sickness I scared from death, it's not said that, by the way, that I want to die now. It's not my best option, my first option. But I understand today that because we are all going to die, what's really matters is what you're doing with your life, how you affect other people, how much love you put in the world. How much people you help, because each one of us here important to change the world. You can choose I told you before, it's not a joke, I told you before, I told her before we start filming that she has an amazing energy, seriously, amazing energy. I wanted to, I'm talking to the camera, she has amazing energy, and even in the pre-interview when we talked, amazing. She's which word did I use to describe?
You said warm-hearted.
Warm-hearted. Seriously, she's contained, and even this. I never saw this show before, but I'm sure it's amazing because
you were here. Of course, it can't be anything less than that.
Just because of me.
Yes,
But no, seriously, you are. I told her that we were going to change the world together.
Yes,
that
yes.
We're going to do projects together, because I really think that we came to the world to make it better.
Yeah.
And it's the most important thing. And today, really, I was afraid of that. Since again, I'm not saying that don't be afraid of that. It's the main fear of every person. I told you what Jerry Seinfeld said about death. He said this. He's an amazing comedian, by the way. He said that they check it, and the first scare of people is standing in front of people and talk, and the second scare is death. The second fear is death. So basically, he said people in a funeral rather be inside the
I don't know either how to call it.
They prefer to be dead instead of just talking in the funeral
publicly,
and said things to the person who died. And for me, death today is my best friend. I died so many times during my silence, so many times. Every day is a death because you don't know if you're going to be alive. No one assures you that tomorrow you're going to be alive. And I learned to hug death. And today he's my best friend, and we actually hug it. And I'm really looking at every moment today. I ask myself, if tomorrow you're going to die, are you happy? Did all the things you wanted to do? Did you tell all the people that nearby you that you love them? Did you see if they need something? And the answer is every night yes. And if it's no, I'm angry at myself, and a day later I'm trying to fix it. So this is what I think about death. Live every day as it's your last day, because one day you will be right.
Yes.
And hug death, and it's okay to be afraid of it, but don't let it paralyze you.
Okay.
You can take the energy of death and create from it, and see what's the things the good things that you want to manage to do in life, and all the people you wanted to be in touch with them in life, because you're going to die. And not use energy of death to be a victim and to say, I'm going to die, so I don't care for anything. It's hard because we're all human beings, and it's normal, but at the end of the day, it's a matter of choice.
What was the toughest experience for you with your journey with Simon?
There was a lot of tough moments. I think that the toughest moments and the lightest moment. It went all together.
I wanted to ask one after another, but you can combine. Yes.
The toughest one was that after 4 months, the oncologist told me there was a huge improvement. That Simon, the tumor got smaller. It was amazing. My friend organized a donation event on my behalf, which I performed. It was amazing. I did stand-up parts about it. And 3 days later, I met my oncologist again, and she told me again, it's amazing, there is that, but now that we're comparing the two last tests, there are some metastases that we missed. It's happening, it's not their fault, it can happen, but we missed, and now you have to go bone marrow transplant, and your chances of recovery have become smaller. I think that at some point I didn't even hear what she said. It's like everything like
I know. Actually, sometimes I'm sure everyone had this experience when someone tells you shocking news and you just black out.
Yeah. You hear someone talking,
but you don't hear what they actually say.
You don't hear what they actually say. Like it happened now when you're talking. But no, I'm joking.
Okay, cut.
I'm joking.
We could be a good stand-up comedian on stage. We should try tonight. You know. Exactly.
It's fine. Don't take it on. Don't edit it. Leave it. So it's so fun to have an interview. Listen, I was so scared. I'm sorry that I'm jumping to another.
You just be yourself.
I be yourself, and then I remember I need to tell you about. Okay. I was afraid.
You don't have to be scared. You see, I don't bite.
Okay. You're not bad. You're very nice. She's nice. She's not black. I was afraid to come to Singapore. I told you about it. I was very afraid. I was afraid to. All my life I performed in Hebrew. My performance, the Cancer that Died of Laughter in Hebrew. It's my language. And I was afraid to come to Singapore because English it's not my mother tongue.
Neither is mine.
Yes,
and I'm doing an interviews in English, all of them.
Yeah,
okay?
but you're so beautiful, so everybody just need to look at you and they're not listening anyway.
Are you gonna say this joke about blondes now or something?
I'm saying the truth.
I can also talk a little bit.
Okay, nobody's perfect.
Hate you.
But I was afraid. It's not my mother tongue, and I will tell you a story. I'm working on my English all the time in order to improve it. I want you to know why I was so scared. Because sometimes one word can change, make a huge difference. A huge difference. I was talking with an American guy and with a British guy. It was a British guy, and usually when I hear a word in Hebrew, I translate it to English in my head. So I told them, listen, I have a performance soon in English, a presentation, and I really want to touch myself. And he looked at me in shock. He said, you don't want to touch yourself during the performance. I think what you mean is that you want to get in touch with yourself. That's much better. Do that, or you end up in prison. Yeah.
In Singapore, yes.
Yeah. You don't want to make a show in Singapore, in Singapore. But so that's what I was afraid of. But back to your question.
I don't remember what it was anymore.
I don't remember it.
Yes.
No, I remember the question you asked. You asked about the moment that...
the toughest, yes. Maybe the toughest in the moment and the lightest moment.
Yes.
And how are they interconnected?
It comes together. It's amazing. It was when, as I said, my oncologist said that I had metastasis now, and that Simon had spread. And it was shock because 1 month before she told me that everything is okay. And chances of recovery become smaller. And as I said, I saw black. I couldn't understand what she's talking about even. And I went back home. First of all, I started to asking myself, why is this happening to me? Why do I deserve this? I immediately became like a victim of the situation. I started to scream at her. A couple of days later, I went to the medical staff and blamed them. I felt like a victim. Like it was much easier for me to act this way, because.
But it is also moved in the lighter moment, right?
It's also moved to a lighter moment.
What was maybe the funniest part or the lightest part of the whole thing?
The lightest part.
Yes.
After 2 weeks that I was in bed, I didn't get out of bed. I was depressed, cried all the time. I stopped filming, stopped performing, stopped doing stand-up. And at one point, I was at the lowest, really deep hole. I was in deep hole. Then I said to myself, Eyal, if you're not doing something right now, not only you're not surviving Simon is doing, there's no way you can go up and even continue laughing. You're going too much now. At this moment I said, okay, you can take responsibility of your situation. Find the way to change reality. It's in your hands. And what I did a couple of things. I went to see a homeopathist to prepare all sorts of empowering sentences on my behalf. I continued filming and performing, even if it was hard. I went to do stand-up, and I wrote a little hearts designs.
Okay.
By the way, I have them here, if you want me to show you.
Yeah. Later. Yes, later. I will remind you. Yes.
Little hearts designs with positive statements of my own, which I read every night before I went to bed. I hung wisdoms on the walls of my room. With good energies.
Okay.
It's for me. It was really now do or die. There was no other option.
I can see you're wearing the ring.
Yes.
Is it any particular significance to that?
I will tell you. It's the most amazing thing that happened to me in life. After this interview, of course.
Right.
That's a ring that my cousin, who was then 9 years old, she used to live in Australia. I was in Israel, and she heard that I was sick. She asked to come to Israel and visit me. She came to the hospital and gave me this ring, telling me it would protect me from Simon. 9-year-old girl. It was in my possession through all the illness. Whenever I felt bad, I would look at the ring and trying to draw strength from it. And immediately I felt better. Immediately. And I'm convinced that it played a significant part in my recovery. I'm sure. I can see in your eyes that you're saying to yourself, yeah, a ring that cost 50 cents.
No. I believe in all those things.
You believe?
Maybe someone there doesn't, but I believe in this.
Because first of all, it's not for 50 cents, it's $1.
Okay.
And I'm glad that you believe, because it's not the ring, it's the belief.
Yes, it's the belief.
In the ring, the faith and in the ring. And I want to tell you, there's a lot of research that tell about these things. It's called placebo. Placebo, it's when even doctors give patients like a pill. In the research that they did, that it's not a real pill. Some patients get a real pill, and some of them not. And even sometimes some of the people that get the pill is not right. It's like no effective medicine, not medicinal effect on them, healed, because they believe that the pill it's a real pill. That they believe in it, and that's exactly what happened to me with the ring. I really believe in it, and to bring it to the other thing that I wanted to say, it's belief.
Okay.
Some people believe in God. Some people don't believe in God. Some people are Jewish, some people are Christians, some people are Muslims. As I see it, everyone's the same. There is God that takes care for all of us. This God for me, it's the belief himself. This is the real God, it's a belief. And anyone who believes in God and believe in it from the bottom of his heart, it will, if he's sick, it will help him heal. And if he wants to get something, it will help him get it. Because God eventually, it's us, it's a part of us. We are all God. It's the energy of love and peace and everything. So
tell me about your mission. Where are you going now from now? From here, where are you going to?
First of all, from here I'm going to bed because I'm very tired. I'm very tired. I haven't slept all night, and I had the show just keynote a couple of minutes ago. But my main purpose in life is to perform all over the world. I mean, I'm excited just to say it. It's the truth. With my keynote, The Cancer That Died of Laughter, I want to help people to get hope and change their attitude, help them to change their attitude and see that there's another way of humor and laughter, that you don't have to be depressed all the time. There's really another way that can not only change your state every day and your mood, but can also heal you, because when you laugh, your brain releases endorphins that change the chemistry in your body. So even if you lie to yourself and you just laugh and you don't really want it, you actually heal yourself. Like, I really want to show people that humor is a way of life, and laughter is the catharsis.
I love that. And that was Eyal. That was Eyal all the way from Israel for us here today. And guys, you should definitely read his book and watch his TEDx talk and attend his performances. We're going to put all relevant links below at the bottom of the video. And in the meantime, as Eyal said, find what Simon represents for you. If there's any crisis, right, you're having in your life right now, you have to go through this anyway. So go through that with laughter and humor, and you might just be surprised.
Yes, can I add something?
Yes, please.
I think that everyone should find his Simon in life and see what he can do to deal with him, but in a way that will make your life better, in a way that will help you heal and achieve the things you want, and find all the people you can. I forgot to say, and it's very important.
Very important, yes.
Very important. The most important thing that I found, the best advantage, the greatest advantage was having friends and family during that time and in life. She's now one of my best friends, for sure. I love her very much.
1 hour coffee and 1 hour interview, and you're best friends for life.
Yes, that's all you need to do. But really, it's the best thing. Find them to help you, to bring positive energies into your life. Reject those who bring you down. No time for negativity in life. We're living only once, So do everything you can to live your life the best. Or like I call my show, I come, I laughed, I conquered the cancer that died of laughter. Come to every situation in life. Come to it, be present, even if it's hard. Laugh, because it's better than being depressed, and conquer your fear in order to achieve whatever you want in life. I love you and wish you all the best.
We love you. Live your life to the best. Oh.
She's amazing.
Okay, guys, we talk to you next time. So have an amazing time and live to the fullest.
Thank you. She's very contained. She has amazing energy. It's very easy to open your heart in front of her, say the truth, say the things you really feel. She warm-hearted, which is, it's hard for me to say this word, but she's very warm-hearted, and I love her energy. She in a mission to change the world. Seriously, with the show and with everything. I love you very much, Anna. Yana. I say, Anna, Yana. That's the problem with my English. I love you very much, Yana. I love you very much. Thank you. You will change the world with your mission.